Hey, Jason Rogers here, and in this video I want to talk to you about doing business during this coronavirus pandemic. The World Health Organization has indeed declared that this is a global pandemic that we are in, and while there are indeed economic opportunities to be had, and I believe they will continue to, if anything, grow over the coming months and perhaps even years now, because we may be really entering a considerable global recession, it's extremely important for the next couple of months. And that's about the amount of time that we're probably going to be dealing with this coronavirus. It probably is going to be months, not weeks. It's extremely important that you take the proper precautions and ensure that you don't put other people in risky health positions. So first things first, this is a disease that transmits primarily through the respiratory system, which means you breathe it in. And so without getting into the science of it, and of course I'm not a scientist, though I have been reading up and studying up considerably regarding what the scientists are saying, ultimately, being in high volume areas is the greatest risk area, and this is what you ultimately want to avoid, assuming you don't want to contract the virus, which I don't recommend you try to do, obviously. Now, generally, it's older folks that are of the highest likelihood to die as a result of contracting this virus. Younger individuals like myself and perhaps yourself, especially if you're in good health, you're most likely not going to die if you get the disease. However, it's going to slow you down for multiple weeks. And importantly, who might you transmit that disease to that you love? I'm talking your kids, I'm talking your grandmother, your grandfather, your parents. Who might you transmit that disease to if you get it? And most importantly, if you get it because you're being careless, that's a huge thing that you would regret, right? So obviously, I would recommend avoiding airports and avoiding conferences and avoiding sporting events, things of this nature. And so what this really means in the next couple of months is the primary vehicle for taking advantage is using things like the old computer, right? I mean, this is really where you probably want to play. It's a combination. I'm looking for my phone here. That's funny. I'm literally using my phone. I'm looking for my phone. I'm filming on my phone, right? So it's using your phone, it's using your computer, it's using platforms like Skype and Zoom, and of course the traditional phone call and email. These are the primary modes of communication I would recommend deploying over the coming months. Likewise, if it comes down to transportation, I personally, if I need to travel for business, I will be doing so by driving, not by airport. Again, why? Because I don't want to get my family nor myself in an unnecessary risk, a risky situation. I don't want to put myself at undue risk, unnecessary risk, right? Moreover, what I would say to you now, let's talk about business now that we've gotten that public service announcement out of the way, because I don't want to recommend just a bunch of gunslingers go out into the marketplace and then cause all this chaos along the way regarding other people's health. But that all said, look, we just entered a bear market today. We are officially, if you look at the S&P, we are officially in a bear market. First time that that's happened in over 11 years. What I can say is there were a lot of owners of real estate, businesses, and the like, other assets that basically just missed their time to shine, right? There are a lot of boomers and business owners of any age that will be thinking right now, oh my gosh, I missed my chance to sell. I might not have another opportunity to sell for 2 or 3 or 4 years, at least at the same price point. You know, will there still be buyers for my business, for my real estate? You know, and because of that, let's remember the Warren Buffett quote. I said this on my last video, I'll say it again. When people are fearful, be greedy. And when people are greedy, be fearful, right? For the last couple of months, up until about a week ago, people were greedy. So you should have been fearful of buying assets at too high of prices. Now, people are fearful. So you want to be greedy. You want to be greedy. You want to be aggressive in buying assets. And so what I would recommend you do over the next couple of months is I would do a massive amount of outbound. I'm talking cold calling, I'm talking emailing, sending messages, basically massive amounts of outbound to business owners or owners of the asset or asset types that you're looking to acquire, right? So for me, we buy mobile home parks, and now we're looking to buy plumbing companies. We will be on a massive offensive outbound effort. We will be blasting out messages, calls, emails, everything to owners of these businesses saying, hey, we are open to buying your business, right? We're buyers. We are buyers. And whether those messages immediately bring in deal flow or whether those messages bring in deal flow months or even years into the future, I believe we are about to enter a considerable economic recession. I may be right, I may be wrong, but importantly, more important than my personal prediction is what do these owners think? And I'd bet my bottom dollar that many of these owners think the same darn thing, that yes, we are most likely entering an economic recession. Oil has bottomed out. We're officially in a bear market based on what the stock market has done. It's a political moment of unrest, an election year. There's a massive virus that's spreading over the nation. There is chaos. There's chaos. And so right now is the time, in my opinion, to reach out and to make yourself available to these owners and to do so in a massive way. But again, I would not be doing so by getting on airplanes, especially if you're going to come home and put your family at risk. I mean, I'm a bachelor. I'm still being responsible with this stuff because I don't believe it's appropriate to put other people at risk just because I'm very ambitious. And just because it probably wouldn't kill me doesn't mean it's okay for me to contract the virus and to shake a million hands and to kiss a million babies and give that disease to 50 or 100 or 500 people. That would be irresponsible. So be intelligent through this process. But remember, when others are fearful, be greedy. Everybody's afraid right now. If there was ever a time to buy assets, here it is. It's that time. Interest rates are dropping and prices are dropping simultaneously. Both are going down. That has not happened in quite some time. That's different. That's an opportunity for the buyer to get cheap capital, perhaps at very high leverage, and to buy assets below market value. That's the opportunity, but again, do it intelligently. Reach out like a madman using cold calls, Skype, Zoom, emails, messages, LinkedIn, etc.